Mr. Ramachandran. He is a mechanical engineer and has a PG Diploma in Business Law. He is presently associated with Everest Industries Limited as Deputy General Manager, Purchase at Everest Steel Building Solutions. He has more than 17 years of experience in the manufacturing industry, specializing in procurement, outsourcing, construction contracts, and ERP system implementation. He also has hands-on experience in the construction of multi-storage steel buildings, warehouses, factory buildings, commercial buildings, and EPC contracts. Today, Mr. Ramachandran will talk about PEB procurement challenges and success factors. So, delegates, let's welcome Mr. Ramachandran.
The challenges and the success factors. So this is basically based on the experience what I had in this company as well as my previous companies. I would like to put forth certain thoughts. Okay, the time allocated is 8 minutes. I will try to quickly give certain bullet points. So, right, the PB as an industry, what I find is extremely competitive because we have tier 1 players, we have tier 2 players, we have even tier 3 players also. So the market is so competitive. It's extremely difficult for organizations to bring down the cost and compete in a very competitive environment. So that is one thing. And at the same time, how can each organization be a customer's delight? So that is one area which is really a differentiating factor. Which can delight the customer, and how can we succeed in grabbing the big market share? And of course, the business is in such a way that the margins are wafer thin. And we need to be extremely careful in handling these projects to achieve some sort of financial success. This is just to give an outline. See, as per me, and there are 5 major things which really differentiates, I think, which are I would say that the challenges which can be turned into a success factor. And these 5 areas the companies need to concentrate to be a success in this particular business. So this is based on the experience as well as what we face in our business, especially here. So the first thing, major factor is, see, we are totally dependent on steel. Around 90% of my project is completely steel. Like when I talk about PB or a multi-storage steel building, especially in the last couple of years or 3 years, the high volatility what we face in the steel market has been a real challenge for almost all the companies in India. What we faced, of course, India and overseas, wherever the steel market has become highly volatile, and it has become in such a way that we could not even predict what is going to happen maybe next week or couple of weeks. Of course, in the last 3-4 months, kind of stable. But overall, if you see, the biggest challenge faced by all the companies was the volatility of steel prices. So then the question comes, how do we counter that? How do we mitigate that? See, the steel is more or less, I would say, is a seller's market. Our market has to mature a bit more. It is like, there is a complete disparity between what we get from the customers and what we get from the steel producers. It is basically a seller's market, and we are totally dependent on them. So we need to be extra cautious when we approach a particular project. The first objective when we talk about this is like, say, how I am going to insulate a particular project. Insulate means cost-wise, how I am going to insulate. There are few things, okay? Whether we will be going for a forecasting mode, or whether we will be going for a project-wise mode of procurement for a particular project. So there's a very thin line we have to, it's like either I'm here or they're here. I have to be pretty sure that I don't carry an extra inventory. At the same time, I have to ensure that I insulate a particular project and procure the needed material. So this was a very real, contemporary and an ongoing challenge. I think the under industry experts will also concur with me. So what mode will be getting? That is one. So the success lies in taking the right choice. Right, that is what it is. And like one more thing is, in these things, the relationship with the particular producers really matters in the long run. Since the main success of this business lies with my efficient as well as cost-effective procurement of steel. So the relationship management with the steel producers and my forecasting of my demand, both are extremely crucial. Okay, the second major thing is how optimized my design is. What kind of innovation I do in my design. So it really, matters. And what kind of standardization I can incorporate in my design. So this greatly reduces my cost and reduces my inventory, dead inventory, and it really helps me in executing the project as per my cost requirements. I'm again stressing on the cost because what I face in the market overall is the margins in these projects are extremely wafer thin. Any wrong in somewhere in the project is impacting us very heavily in the bottom line. So the third major factor is the new products and new materials what we use. See, we have to keep looking on any alternatives for an existing material. So most cost efficient materials, cost wise as well as performance wise. So this continuous innovation of new material is extremely important to achieve a success. And one more factor is the vendor relationship. See, being from a procurement side, I think we should work with our suppliers more as a partners, rather as being an on and off relationship. There need to be a sense of trust, either it is with the steel producers or either it is with the other suppliers. This, I think, the whoever is handling the procurement lead has a very crucial role to play in developing this kind of I would rather say partnership. I won't say vendor customer. I would rather say a partnership, because it is a symbiotic relationship. Unless we have a complete understanding, unless we have a complete trust between us with our proper procedures in place to work, it is extremely difficult. I think as a team we can support, and the industry can grow as a whole. So that is one. And the fifth, I feel, is the major point. I feel is the fast execution of a project. There is no alternative for fast. Even a delay of a week, I'm going to spend more. The company is going to spend more. So the faster we execute, the lesser we leak on our profit margin. The few things are extremely critical in this execution. One is analyzing the critical path of a particular project, and immediately having an action plan to mitigate the critical path. So that is one. And we should have a robust project management system in place, so wherein we have the entire project as a whole is completely under control from the day one. Since most of the PB projects are 4 to 6 months period, even a delay of 15 days can lead to a big catastrophe. As I told you, the prices, it starts from the day one. Like, see, when I have to place my order, right? Even a delay of few days, as like most of the PB contracts use are fixed price contracts, and there are certain clients who are ready for a variable price contract. Especially when dealing with the fixed price contracts, even a day of a week can make or break a project. So I think as per my opinion, and these are the 5 major factors, especially in the steel fabrication industry, which we need to be really alert and to ensure that the project is this thing. And above all, ultimately it is customer delight. And how I can differentiate, as I was mentioning you, especially in PB, we have tier 1 players, we have tier 2 players, we have tier 3 players. And what is my differentiation? Like, as an organization, what difference I can make to a customer? It's what really counts. See, after all, the margins are wafer thin, and the competition is cutthroat, and the difference is not much. And so what is my overall delight which I can give to a customer, which really helps us in bagging bigger projects? So I think these are my certain thoughts. I thought that I will just share with the team, and I'm very eager to listen to the other speakers. Yeah. So